Okay, so that was the Nationwide commercial. And I know if you're probably feeling really bad in the press right now. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to take that idea from Nationwide. We're going to use some of the same brain-based strategies that they used, and we're trying to change the direction to where it makes sense. So, if you look at the commercial, Nationwide ineffectively use 3 brain-based strategy. They use 3 of the Cialdini persuasion techniques. They use liking by using the young boy and say, I could never marry, I can never, making you feel bad about that. They use authority in the end by saying, Nationwide is going to prevent these things and save you. By the way, an insurance company cannot protect your family. So I just think the direction of this commercial is really bad. An insurance company cannot do that. And a call to action at the end, they showed you a website, Make Safe Happen. I guess they were trying to make you go to that website, but it just was very ineffective. So we're gonna use some of the same brain-based strategies, but we're gonna change direction. And we're going to pretty much head it to a point where it's not, if you see the commercial, you can see that Nationwide was using 2 regions of the brain to lure the audience in. One, it was the reptilian brain, or the primal brain. They were using, the little child, and you're a parent looking at this, and you're kind of fearful, and you're like, survival of your children, so let me sign up Nationwide so they can protect my family. And then it's the emotional side, by making you feel some type of way. It's like, listen, making you feel down and kind of depressed, a little bit in a way, sad. So they was using that emotional side to kind of draw it in and pull the audience in to buy Nationwide. So this commercial could have been great because it was actually a great conversation. They tried to awareness of a really serious problem. Child death, preventable child death, is a big problem. According to stats, it's like 900 children die in a preventable death. So this is a big thing. So let's try to make this commercial a lot better so families can understand. So I'm going to use the same Cialdini's persuasion techniques, but we're going to change the direction. Liking, instead of using the child, we're going to just cut the child out, just him individually, and introduce a family. And in this case, we're going to use the family, a responsible family. So the audience can see a family that is very responsible. You can have the dad putting away the medicine. You can have the mom putting away, the detergent or whatever, the poisons that could be in the lower cabinets and putting up in the cabinets. And we put that in the commercial, to get tangible. Because if you look at TED Talk about behavior, what it says is, because you give somebody information doesn't necessarily change behaviors. You have to be able to make it tangible, so it changes, their behavior by showing them a way that it relates to them, not just information like, oh, kids die, so you should prevent it. It's not really going to change any behavior changes. Next thing we would use in the commercial, a call to action. We'll have the families making better decisions, or telling the audience to make better decisions at the grocery store, instead of using these poisonous household products that, like bleach or whatever. You can use alternatives. So making better decisions in the grocery store can help. You can prevent, a child getting into your cabinet and drinking bleach. You can use a plant-based or non-toxic detergent instead. Nationwide has one of the best at the time running, they had a great celebrity narrator, or their celebrity that they chose was the Mindy. And I believe that they should have used her in the commercial instead of, and use that as an authority figure in a way that, you know, everyone knows that Mindy is, you know, playful and a comedian. She's a comedian, but if she went in this commercial and was a little bit serious, and that she, you know, it would have created an environment where, okay, if Mindy is serious about this must be serious, so it's great for the audience. And I think they should use her in this type of commercial. You can either put her as a narrator or put her at the end, and at a call to action is like, listen, you know, Nationwide wants to work with you to prevent these things. Not Nationwide is going to make you scared and then buy their insurance. This is what we want to get away from. And then authority is a great Cialdini persuasion method that they can use to kind of build up the audience so they can buy their insurance instead of scaring them into it. And another thing is the audience as a community. I think that's great. If you've referenced the audience, is a great way to build some kind of connection. And what this would do is this will activate the emotional side of the brain, and you have an emotional connection to it when you see people and community. And Nationwide is not just selling you insurance, they're inviting you into their community. And I've changed the slogan altogether and say Nationwide, building safer families. You know, that's something that people can understand and that people can relate to. And I think that'll be a better campaign for them overall.